I'm sure you've asked yourself this question before. Should I buy this membership? In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up the problem, how to solve the problem using math concepts, and how to decide if this membership would be worth it. In this lesson, we're going to be trying to decide whether we should buy a family membership to a local science center. We have two options. In the first option, we can choose to purchase a yearly family membership for a family of 4, which includes 2 adults and 2 children. When you purchase the membership, admission is free for every member. The second option is we can choose to not purchase a membership, and in that case, each time we visit the Science Center, each adult will pay $8 per visit and each child will pay $6 per visit. Let's start by breaking down the problem. Let's first look at the cost without the membership. Remember, it's $8 per each adult per visit and $6 for each child per visit. So if we want the family to visit all together, then we'll need to multiply those two amounts by 2 each. So when we multiply each adult's price, $8 per visit, times 2 adults, we get $16, and $6 per visit for each child times 2 kids, which would give you $12, and then add those two amounts up, we end up with $28 per visit for the whole family. Now the next thing I want to do is set up my equation, but before I do that, I need to label what my variable is. I want my variable to represent the number of visits so I can determine how many visits would make it worth it to get the membership. So now that I know that x represents the number of visits, let's set up our equation. On one side of the equation, we're going to have the cost without the membership, and on the other side of the equation, we're going to have the cost with the membership, since we want to see how many visits are going to make these two costs equal to each other. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to put the cost without the membership, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to put the cost with the membership. So if I don't have a membership, I'm paying $28 per visit every time I go. And since x represents the number of visits, we're going to write this as 28x. Now on the other side of the equation, I have my cost with the membership. Now I'm just going to look at this 1 year at a time to make the problem simpler. It's $75 per year for a family of 4. So after that, you don't have a price per visit or a cost per visit because admission is free for each member. So on the right hand side of this equation, I'm just going to have a constant number. It's not going to have a variable with it because it has no dependence on the number of visits. So my equation is 28x equals 75. I want to solve that by doing opposite operations. To isolate the variable x, I need to get rid of the 28 that's in front of it. It's being multiplied, so I want to divide by 28. So I'm going to divide both sides by 28, and remember, I have to do it to both sides so my equation stays balanced. But when I do that, I end up with a number that is a decimal. So a lot of times in a real world problem, this is going to happen. It's not always going to be pretty numbers. Dividing by 28 leaves you with approximately 2.7 visits. Now, in this type of example, we can't really have a partial amount of visits. However, with some types of units like money, we can have partial amounts like decimals or fractions. So what we need to do is analyze the two whole numbers around this number 2.7. So I'm going to look at 2 visits and 3 visits and compare those two amounts. So when I have 2 visits, I have $28 per visit times 2 visits, which gives me a total of $56. Now notice that if you only visit the Science Center 2 times, then it's not going to be good for you to purchase a membership because you would only pay $56 for not purchasing the membership. However, if you visit it 3 times, you have $28 per visit times 3 visits, and you end up with $84. So at the end of the year, if you visited 3 times, then you've spent $84, which is more than you would have paid if you would have just paid $75 for the membership. So, to summarize, If you are going to visit 2 times or less, it wouldn't be worth it to purchase the membership. But if you were going to visit 3 times or more, then it would definitely be worth it to purchase the family membership. So in this video, we've set up the problem, solved the problem using algebra techniques, and also interpreted our answer and made a decision. We've just solved the problem about deciding whether or not to purchase a membership to a science center, but just realize that these techniques can be applied to lots of different types of situations, including trying to decide whether to get a golf membership or gym membership, or even a service plan or a bus pass. So just keep that in mind. I'm Leslie Huss, and this has been Math in the Real World.